Hi there, Cassie Davis here. I wanted to take just a few minutes to shoot this short video on the topic of relief for caregiver burnout. You know, I've been a caregiver for close to 15 years. My husband was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor, and at the time I was working in corporate America full-time. I had two small children, and I was also a student. We received the diagnosis, and it changed our world in an instant. I assumed the role of caregiver and really didn't have a lot of time to understand what I was accepting. I just knew that I had to do it, and that is the case for so many caregivers. The responsibility is thrust upon us by an emergency, and we really don't have the time to do much backtracking, and because of that we find ourselves in a reactive type of state. And when you operate in a reactive state for an extended period of time, that increases your stress level, that has a physical impact on your body. And as caregivers, because we're giving 150% of our energy to the care of our loved ones, we're often not taking care of ourselves. So in addition to maintaining at a high level of stress, we're also not taking care of our basic physical needs for the most part, and all of that contributes to the exhaustion that ultimately leads to caregiver burnout. So I wanted to share a few strategies with you that I've learned over the last 15 years that have been very beneficial to me. This is actually the third video in a series of 3 where we discussed in the initial video the importance of understanding the needs of the person that we are supporting, as well as our own needs. When we have that understanding, we can then take the next step, which is to secure the support that we need, a support team that would help us with the routinized tasks that we experience day to day. If we can get support in those things, we can then focus our attention on those higher level requirements that only subject matter experts like the caregiver can provide. Okay, and then the final strategy that I want to talk to you about is a relief strategy that needs to be agreed upon by all the appropriate parties, but it physically removes the caregiver, you, from the circumstance temporarily. And guys, that's really important. You know, the first time this was suggested to me, I said, absolutely not. I'm pivotal to the success of the care and the management for this particular circumstance. I'm the only one that knows everything about this. I absolutely cannot remove myself from the situation, not even for a little bit. And I will tell you that I went for several years before I stepped away from the situation, and it was at that point that I stepped away, I was very near a break, a mental break. And you know, what I'd like to do is help you avoid getting that close to a break, because when that happens, your recovery is a lot harder, and the impact is not just to you, but also to the loved one that you've committed to support. So if you can implement the strategy in a way and at a time that you would be strong and still remain powerful, then you won't get too close to that breaking period, and you can stay refreshed and still provide effective and efficient treatment while taking care of yourself. So how do you do this, and why do you do it? Well, you do it because for a number of reasons. If you don't find the support that would be required for you to step away, should something happen to you, you really leave your loved ones at risk. So it's important that you identify someone who can provide an elevated level of support in your absence, someone who can act on your behalf, and then would allow them to get trained in a way that would enable you to step away. So should something happen to you, your loved ones would still have the opportunity to have someone who has knowledge of their situation right there at their side to help them navigate that particular change. Now, the second reason why it's so important is for you. You know, I mentioned that if you know, for me, I didn't step away for several years, and I got very close to a break. when you step away, you can take the opportunity to renew your energy. You can take the opportunity to address your needs. And a lot of times it doesn't take a lot of time. As a matter of fact, you can start off on a very small on a very small cycle. Maybe even just start off with an afternoon away. Right? Once you've got the person trained to support you, and certainly you would want to wait until the situation that you are supporting is stable, right? So you wouldn't walk away right after you've gotten diagnosed, right? You would wait until your loved one is stable in their health condition, and then you go take a break. Maybe start with the afternoon, then graduate to a day, then maybe take a long weekend away, and then ultimately, if you can get away for a week, that would be prime for you to recover. I know the first time that I did it, I went away to a beach. I was accessible by phone, but honestly, there was no reason to call me. I did not receive a call, and I had the opportunity to recover. The second time I exercised this strategy, I went on a cruise, which took a lot more on my part to really get comfortable going out of the country and leaving the support of my loved one in the care of someone else. But I will tell you that when I left, it was absolutely phenomenal. I didn't have to drive anybody anywhere. I didn't have to drive myself. I didn't have to cook meals. I had the opportunity to work out, to relax, to sleep in without having to keep one eye or one ear open. It was absolutely phenomenal. And when I got back, I got the biggest surprise of all, and it was that my husband noticed how much improved my spirit was, and my demeanor, and my interaction, that he said, you know, if I had known it was going to have such a positive impact on you in the way that you feel, I would have suggested that you'd gone a long time ago. So the benefits and the benefactors are not really just you as the caregiver, but for the persons that you are caring for, because you come back renewed, you come back refreshed, and you come back prepared to provide that level of support that they deserve. Okay, so I hope this information was beneficial to you. If so, please leave me a comment, like, share, or if you have any questions, please let me know what those are. I will be happy to assist in any way that I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.